Hello guys. So sorry I meant to split these reviews up into two different videos. I'll be reviewing Wintersmith by Terry Pratchett in honor of his passing. He passed away this month from Alzheimer's disease, and anything I make from this video will go to, I'm going to find a charity for Alzheimer's to help raise money and awareness and medical treatment for it. And so anything I make from this video, will go to that, because I really love Terry Pratchett as an author. I'm very sad that he died, and I read this to review it, have it fresh in my mind, so I can talk about it. It's one of my favorite books. And then the other series that what I'm also going to be reviewing is 3 books, part of one series. It's the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I will be reviewing Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. I only have Scarlet and Cress right now because my aunt's borrowing Cinder, and she's going to read that sometime or later, and I'm going to just use those 2 books because they're pretty. Cinder's in it, and they both all have like these pretty covers on them anyway, so you know, whatever works. Anyway, Wintersmith is, for the longest time before I Shall Wear Midnight came out, which is the last book of this series, the Tiffany Aching series, that it begins with The Wee Free Men, then A Hat Full of Sky, then The Wintersmith, then I Shall Wear Midnight. Before the last book came out, this was my favorite book from the series, and then the last book came out, and it was really cool, and I loved it. But it's basically about Tiffany Aching. She's 13. She starts out living with this old blind and deaf witch who can see and hear by using this technique called borrowing. Borrowing is where you extend a bit of yourself and out and enter it into an animal of some sort or a human being. And Tiffany gets used as a mirror a lot, or a seeing eye dog, which I guess is a really good way to put it, because that's why the witch borrows. She starts out living with her, and there's this thing called a dark Morris, and Tiffany doesn't know that it's a dark Morris when the old witch called Miss Treason goes and has her guide her, like take them to the dance. And so what Tiffany ends up doing is joining the dance because the dance hits her on a magic level, because she's from Chalk Hills, and Chalk Hills were once alive, so it hits her at a magical level, and she joins the dance and ends up getting caught between the exchange of summer and winter. And summer and winter are depicted by a lady and by a man. A young man, as it turns out to be the more you read the book. And so basically what this is kind of almost a romantic parody, really. There's romance in it, but it kind of makes fun of the whole of the whole gods falling in love with mortals kind of thing, and I like that because, you know, there's nothing really romantic about that. People just think there is. So, yeah, this is the read is really good. The writing is always amazing. The chapters are actually divided pretty much every other Terry Pratchett book I've read, I haven't read all of them yet, but the ones that I have read, and that are a majority of them, do not have chapter dividers in them, like chapters, actual chapters. A lot of them, I have Masquerade, a lot of them just kind of shift into the next part. It's just one big manuscript. That's Masquerade by Terry Pratchett. For those of you who want to know, it's a parody of Phantom of the Opera. If you like Phantom of the Opera and just love parodies in general, read it. Anyway, and so this is like the first time there's the Tiffany Aching series, from what I know so far, is like the only one that has chapter dividers in it. So that's really cool. Anyway, so I've spent 6 minutes talking about Terry Pratchett. My review, I reviewed it on Goodreads. My review will be down below in the link. Now for the Lunar Chronicles, or at least what I've read of it so far. I have not read Fairest yet. I have Fairest. I will be explaining what I'm going to be doing about reading Fairest soon. But right now we'll talk about the big three, the books that are fun. Scarlet, Cress, and Cinder. Except it's Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. Anyway, so Cinder is probably my favorite character because she's very well-rounded and she's very just really cool. I haven't like officially met Winter yet. You kind of meet her in Cress with spoiler warning, Scarlet gets kidnapped and taken to the moon, and then Winter is up there and she's kind of going a little mad. But Winter is up there and she is kind of going mad. But I think I might end up liking her too. But I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know if I'm going to prefer her over Cinder just yet. I need to become better acquainted with her first. But so far, in order of the three heroines that I actually like, it's Cinder, Cress, and Scarlet. Scarlet, she's fun, but it's not... A lot of the lessons that you're supposed to learn in Little Red Riding Hood are just kind of thrown out the window at the end of this book. You'll find out why in regards to the whole big bad wolf thing. Cress is very cute. It's like when Marissa Meyer obviously saw the Disney retelling of Rapunzel Tangled and took Rapunzel's personality and made her incredibly just fun kind of thing. And I really like it. I really like just how innocent Cress is and just how like she's such a dreamer. I actually identify the most with Cress, because I was, and still kind of am, very much like her, especially where romance was concerned. Except Cress happened to meet the right person and not someone who wasn't right for her. But yeah, she's really fun. She's very resourceful, and like she is kind of a damsel in distress, but she's like the reluctant damsel in distress. It's like despite like her best effort, she ended up being one anyway, and it actually frustrates her. It would frustrate me. Like I said, I really identify with Cress. I don't identify with Cinder so much. other than medically, because medically she has issues, and medically I have issues, and she's dealing with stuff that she had to have surgery on, and I'm not there yet, but sooner or later I probably will be, and it won't be in the same like way as her, not completely, but like, yeah, there's a lot of, Cinder hits me personally. Scarlet, I think, also kind of hits me personally, except Scarlet's just kind of like, her character is the most contradictory, which is part of the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of this book, because Scarlet is contradictory. I think I gave this, I can't remember if I gave this one 3 stars or 4 stars. I think I just gave it 4 stars. I think I gave Cinder 5 stars, and I think I gave Cress 5 stars. I can't remember. I'll have to go on Goodreads and find out, and I'll put a link to those down there on Goodreads too. And also I'll put a link to where you can buy the Wintersmith, Cress, and Cinder and Scarlet on Amazon. So, yes, I definitely recommend reading the Lunar Chronicles, though. The Lunar Chronicles is definitely worth the read. Even getting through the second book, because there's enough of Cinder's campaign in Scarlet to keep kind of the irritation you have with Scarlet at bay, if that makes any sense. So I definitely recommend reading all 3 of them, and then waiting patiently for Winter. I'm actually waiting for, once I finish the 3rd book of the, crap, is it the Throne of Glass series? I don't know. The 3rd book of that, of Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass world, and, yeah, after I read that, I'm going to be very, very impatient for the last book to come out, which I will buy. And I do intend to pay full price for it, but I don't have to pay shipping and handling for it. Yay! Because I'm a student. I love being a student. But, anyway, by the way, yes, Amazon has their student thing. If you are a student and you sign up for Amazon, I think you get student discounts and stuff. So definitely go for that. And if not, then color me wrong. I just remember seeing that and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. Click. So, yes, lots of things will be in the link down below, and I hope everybody has a really good day. Doodles!